People. Que pasa, sac passe, what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. People, they say that a picture is worth 1,000 words. However, you do not want to see the video that is related to this picture. The picture that is presently on your screen, if I was to bet everything that I have, I would say that this is the baddest little picnic on Master God Earth, on planet Earth. And this is just based on a video that is about a minute or so long. In this video, apparently, this boy was disturbing the class. This boy wasn't listening. This boy was distracting the other good students from learning their lesson in a class. So therefore, the teacher decides, you know, me I go take that little brat here outside and make him calm down himself, make him take a little chill pill. However, people, when them take this little brat, this little spawn of the devil outside, it seems as if him chip lick even worse. Him start for act up. The teacher tell him, say, listen, you're not going to roll inside this class, and you're not going to roll inside or outside of the class. Apparently, he had his way. He was doing what he wished in the class, so she take him outside or they took him outside. And people, the situation got from bad to worse. She told him, you nah rule ya so. Him say, me no care. She tell him, say, listen, you nah rule ya so. Him tell her, say, FVCK off. FVCK you in verbal terms. When he realized that they were videotaping him, an ex-teacher apparently had some sorts of phone camera focused on him. There were other students fast. I looked through the school glass, the school door, the classroom door, and I watched him. He realized he had an audience. So all the teacher had tell him, say, stop it. You're not going to roll. First thing he did, him tell her kindly, FVCK you, and then him flip her a single bird. For those of you that are not Yankee or American inclined lingo, it means him give her the middle finger. Him tell her FVCK off. The more that she insisted that he needs to calm down, is the more that he give her more birds. So therefore, him only have 2 on, so therefore he gave her the maximum bird that his body allowed. Him tell her for FVCK off, FVCK you. That is the point that he was trying to make. It got to the point that the person that was in the background, probably the lady that was videotaping, I said, no man, I must spawn at the devil this. It look like, say, that little boy, demon possessed. It look like, say, this little boy, he might have missed his medication, a couple dose of his medication, and him lick him chip. And people, I would have to agree based on what he was displaying. Point blank and period. Now people, after watching this video, I have to say it was very disturbing. There's only one excuse that can be made for the parent of this child, if him have any sorts of parent, because obviously somebody did not grow him up. Somebody actually fling him or KICK him up. If he has mental issue, if he miss out in medication, that is the only sorts of excuse that you should have for him. In my estimation or opinion, I think that this is what happens when you have pitney or have pitney. This is what happens when there is no sorts of parental guidance, no sorts of structure, no sorts of our functionality in the home, a dysfunctional home. This youth is definitely a byproduct of some sorts of Sketelina virigo, some sorts of GUNMAN, some sorts of disorderly, some sorts of menace to society, because usually children act out what they see, what they learn in the home. This little boy definitely has zero home training. Whoever the parent is of this child should be ashamed, because they have failed as a parent. They have failed this child. At the end of the day, there is no sorts of excuse for any one child to be in any sorts of classroom, any sorts of school. He was being a total distraction, and it is not fair for persons or parents to spend them good hard-earned money, send them pitney go to school, and then they are distracted by a little monster like this. It is not fair for any sorts of teacher to put up with the behavior that was being displayed by this little youth, especially when they are not properly compensated. These people don't have any sorts of conscience. These people obviously don't have any sorts of parental guidance. So therefore, that is why we see what is being displayed in this video. If you cannot discipline your child, do not send them out in public. Send them back from whence they came, back in the mother, and make the mother send him back in the father, in some sorts of SPERM. This child definitely needs some sorts of mental help. This child needs discipline in the worstest way. Nobody is supposed to put up with this. Other children, other teacher, principal, school. Nobody, none at all. And I can just imagine that when these parents, if him have any sorts of parent, none at all, drop off this little devil at the people in school, them go back in them car and them breathe a sigh of relief. Them say to themselves, thank God me get rid of that little devil here. And then them probably speed off, burn tire out of the school, leaving these teacher, these principal, these other students to deal with the BS, point blank and period. Now the next thing that is popping in the news, in Jamaica, you could lose your life for nothing, none at all. You could lose your life for petty stuff. You could lose your life because of some sorts of disagreement, in some sorts of arguments. I am speaking about a man that was 53 years old when he met his demise. His name is Mr. O'Neill Greenswood. He is said to be a fisherman. However, he also sells cane, sugar cane that is on the side. In a place called Folga District, it is said that they were at some sorts of sports bar, some sorts of argument, verbal thing happen. And the suspect walked up to Mr. Greenswood and he tried to purchase a $500 bag of sugar cane. People, between the time him hand out the $500 and the man declined, I don't know what happened, what caused the suspect chip for lick. Him decides that him want wheel and pop off some sorts of 5-star ratchet and juk Mr. Greenswood in the side of the neck. As soon as him juke him take for himself. Needless to say, Mr. Greenswood who have sugarcane also have some sorts of bill or machete. Him decide say him want run him down. However, people, the man was fast on the foot and Mr. Greenswood was badly damaged by that injury to the neck. He fell down about 30 feet from where the man run from. The man take away himself. The Popo were summoned. When the Popo reached, them found Mr. Greenswood laying face down in a pool of his own BLOOD. It is said that the residents in the community, them know the suspect and them know the now deceased. They are asking, they are demanding that, listen, the suspect needs to turn in himself before them turn him over upon him back. Before there's any sort of reprisal for his action, please turn over yourself. Don't make family members get involved. Don't make family members get injured. Do the right thing or the wrong thing, I go do you. Point blank and period. Now the next thing that is popping in the news, it seems as if downtown hot again, as if downtown was ever cold. And this was based on two SHOOTINGS back to back. There's a video and pictures circulating all over social media where we could see at least one victim look like some sorts of cook shop or look like some sorts of kitchen setting because there was all sorts of oil, rims and pot pan stove, pot pan fire, sorry. That man was seen slumped over on all four. Look like him neck, look like him upper body, look like him face, had all sorts of red running through it. Fast forward a couple of hours later at some sorts of Ruby's gas station, it is said that a man lost his life in reprisal for that person that lost his life in the kitchen, in the cook shop. People, you know that this is downtown and justice of the Tarzan, Jane and the little monkey type. It is always swift. It is not like our court system. Whenever you do something, it is always going to be an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. If you take 1 hour, we are going to take back 1 year in a couple of hours. As soon as I get any more pertinent information, I'll be sure to divulge ASAP. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. I understand that this might be your grandma's favorite YouTube channel. However, this is not the typical average run-of-the-mill mama and papa channel. This is news with a buzz. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.